I beat him in the first debate. At the second debate, we have a never Trumper as a host, but that's okay because I beat him in the second debate also. And but I'm not going to do a virtual debate.
So you're not. So, Mr. President, you're not going to do it because the CPD, the Commission on Presidential Debates, announcing this morning that the second presidential debate will be virtual. Are you saying you're not going to participate?
No, I'm not going to waste my time on a virtual debate. That's not what debating's all about. You sit behind a computer and do a debate. It's ridiculous. And then they cut you off whenever they want. I have a host who I always thought was a nice guy, but I see he's a never Trumper. Came out that he's a never Trumper. We do have some of them, Maria, believe it or not, because they don't like to win. But I'm not doing a virtual debate. They didn't even tell us about the debate, Maria.
So you just learned this morning?
Yeah, we learned it the same way you learned it. They called up 2 minutes ago, and it was announced. And they're trying to protect Biden. Everybody is. They're trying, like that NBC disaster where he went on the show with Lester Holt. It was meant for a child. It wasn't meant for a grown person. He gets up and he says, "We're not fracking. We're not fracking." He was fracking for 6 months. He was fracking. He was raising his very thin hand, and he was fracking.
That was Donald Trump throwing a tantrum, taking his ball home because he doesn't want to do a virtual debate. That he's, quote unquote, not going to waste his time in a virtual debate. But this is foolish from Donald Trump for so many reasons. From a political perspective, he's losing. You might not think he's losing as bad as some of the polls are saying, but the man is losing. The man is losing much bigger and more consistently than he was in 2016 in the run-up to that election. And of course, he could still win. It's still possible. But when you're losing, you need debates. You need to get every opportunity to change the game up. And a debate is one of those moments. Either you can do well or your opponent can struggle, and that can get undecided voters to pick a side. Maybe soft supporters from the other candidate can come to you, and it's a moment to actually shake things up. Trump needs those, and he's throwing one of those moments away less than a month before the election by saying, no, I'm not going to do a virtual debate. It's a waste of my time. They're also suggesting all sorts of conspiracies about this, that because Biden's going to be behind a virtual camera at this virtual debate, he'll be able to cheat. He'll be able to have somebody feed him answers, maybe with cue cards or whatever, on the other side of the camera, and they won't be able to stop him. And it's this big travesty. And, Trump is convinced they're going to cut off his mic and they're going to silence him. And this is all to help Joe Biden, when in reality, it was Donald Trump and his people that tried to obstruct the last debate. And this policy on muting people was specifically implemented because of how Trump acted in that first debate, interrupting Chris Wallace or Joe Biden no fewer than 145 times. And so whether it was physical or virtual, Trump's mic likely would have been cut off. And so I don't think the virtual nature of the debate is necessarily going to exacerbate that, move to silence Trump and amplify Biden. I also think it's really disrespectful. I really do, because Trump is saying essentially that this opportunity in front of dozens, maybe more than 100 million Americans, to hear about the political positions of him and his challenger, Joe Biden, is a waste of his time. That the American people hearing a debate between two men vying to be the most powerful office holder in the world is a waste of his time. It's a waste of his time that the average American voter gets to hear him on the issues and his opponent on the issues. And that's so disrespectful, because it's not like there's been 7 debates. There's only going to be 3 maximum. This one and maybe one more, but apparently now, at least this one, Trump's not participating. He's taken away an opportunity from the American people to hear discussion and debate on the issues. It's unfortunate. And it's also very hypocritical, because for so long, it was the Trump camp whining and crying and yelling and screaming that Joe Biden is hiding in his basement and he's not going to want to do any debates. And, he's hiding from all of these opportunities to show himself to the American people. But Trump is going to take on all challengers. He's going to be at the debates. He's going to do it all, unlike cowardly Joe Biden. And when push came to shove, it's Trump hiding away. And I think he needs every opportunity to try to get back in this race. But there's no doubt in my mind, and Trump, maybe he's lying to himself, but I think even he knows he lost that first debate. Joe Biden didn't really win it. Joe Biden wasn't awful, but he wasn't great. But Trump lost that first debate. He 100% lost it. And he maybe doesn't want to lose another debate. So again, Trump can cry and take his ball home and throw a tantrum. But from a political and moral perspective, he's just taken away one of his final opportunities to convince the American people to give him another 4 years. What a foolish and stupid politician.